Gwe Akipchilidak. Hello and welcome to the beautiful Pictou County Wellness Center here in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. My name is Michael Petter. This is Petter Sports and Streaming Services through AO Live. And this afternoon we have for you some Nova Scotia under 15 major hockey league action between the visiting Dartmouth Whalers and the hometown Warewell Bombers. These are two teams who last year were both right near the top of the standings all throughout. They both made a very strong showing in the provincial championship tournament. This year it has been a slightly different story for these two teams, as with any time you have age group hockey and a team does well in one season, the likelihood is that with players aging out and new players coming in, you cannot necessarily look at success from one season as a potential precursor to success in following seasons. That's just the simple reality of age group hockey as players move up from one year to the next. So we look at this year's U15 Bombers and U15 Whalers, and they both sit near the bottom of the standings. However, for both of them, there is still a chance to move slightly within the standings as we're getting into the final week and a bit of the regular season. For the Bombers, they have 2 games left, today and then a home game next Sunday. For the Whalers, this is actually their last game of the regular season. They have a chance to move into a tie for 8th place with the Rangers, depending on what the Rangers do in their final game. They could finish no higher than 8th, however. For the Bombers, they can also finish no higher than 8th. For the Bombers to get up into 8th place, they would need to get at least 5 points out of their last 2 games, which means 2 victories and at least one of them having to come in regulation. Anything beyond that, and they would finish 9th, 10th, 11th. They cannot finish 12th, but the Bombers could finish anywhere between 8 and 11. The Whalers, likewise, can still finish anywhere between 8th and 11th. The Whalers come in with an overall record of 7 regulation wins, 3 wins, between overtime and shootouts, 1 loss in a shootout, and 21 losses in regulation. That gives them 28 points on their 32 games, tied with the Valley Wildcats for 9th and 10th. The Wildcats with 2 games left in their regular season. The Whalers, as mentioned, this is their final game. For the Bombers, they come in with 7 regulation wins, 3 wins in either overtime or shootouts, 21 regulation losses for 27 points over their 31 games. So again, they have 2 games remaining today and next Sunday against Valley. So the good news for the Bombers is that the 2 teams they have in their 2 remaining games are 2 teams who sit directly ahead of them in the standings. So the Bombers control their own destiny when it comes to moving up into at least 9th place. Although they do entirely hold their own destiny in their own hands to move up into at least 9th. They would need some help from the Rangers getting a loss in their final game in order to try and get up into 8th. This is the 3rd and final meeting of the season between these 2 teams. The Bombers have won both previous matchups, both coming prior to the new year. Bombers winning here at the Pictou County Wellness Center over on the other sheet of ice by a score of 3-2 back in late October. And then in late November, down in Dartmouth, the Bombers also winning that one by a score of 3-1. So they have a chance to finish off a season sweep against the Whalers, but obviously it is not going to be easy. They cannot come in taking anything for granted at this point. The Bombers come in averaging a little better than 2 goals, or 2 1/3 goals per game scored, while giving up around 4 1/3 goals per game so far this season. The Whalers come in scoring a little better than 2.5 goals per game, almost to 2 3/4, while they have given up about just a hair over 4 goals a game. So the Whalers have had slightly better offensive numbers over the course of the season, slightly better defensive numbers over the course of the season. But again, in the head-to-head matchup, Bombers do have the advantage. Both of these teams coming in off of losses. The Whalers with a loss in their last game. The Bombers, meanwhile, have actually a 2-game losing streak underway. The Whalers, that loss in their last time out was last Sunday at home against the Novas. Prior to that, they had picked up a couple of consecutive victories over Bedford and Valley. And overall, over their last 5, the Whalers are actually 3-2. For the Bombers, as mentioned, they've lost 2 in a row coming into this game. Their most recent action on Sunday of last weekend, losing by a score of 5-3 to the New Scotland Storm. The night before, they lost down at Queen's Place Emera Centre to the Western Hurricanes by a score of 3-1. Prior to that, they did have a victory over the Rangers, and then 4 consecutive losses, So they have lost 6 of their last 7 to move down from where they were sitting in 8th, 9th, and fighting for possibly getting up into 7th place, and instead will come into this game in 11th. Again, a chance to finish up as high as 8th. But looking at it from a more realistic perspective, 8th may not be possible, again, depending on what the Rangers do. It's certainly not outside of the realm of possibilities, with the Rangers having their final game of the season. Actually, it's underway right now, and they're getting late in the game, and the Rangers are actually losing 7-2. So now, with that in mind, the Bombers hold their own destiny all the way up to possibly as high as 8th place. If they can win their final 2 games, they will finish 8th, assuming that the Rangers don't have a wild comeback in the next 15 minutes or so of playing time. One other game already in progress today, the Gulls taking on the Western Hurricanes, and the Gulls doing what they've done to everybody so far this season, and that is putting up goals. They're up 2-0, and that game just getting underway not that long ago. In fact, the 2 goals have come in just 6.5 minutes of playing time. That game getting started about listed as getting started about half an hour ago, but after you take the warm-up and everything into account, again, they're only about 6.5 minutes in, and the Gulls already leading 2-0. At the top of the standings, still a little bit to be played for there. The Gulls will finish first. That is a foregone conclusion. The Storm and Wolverines are battling for 2nd and 3rd. Bearcats will finish 4th. Bandits and Cougars fighting for 5th and 6th. Novas will finish in 7th. And then Bombers, like I say, controlling their own destiny to finish as high as 8th. Rangers, with the loss today, could still finish 8th, depending on what happens in games involving the Whalers, Wildcats, and Bombers. The Hurricanes will finish 12th. So the only thing we know as far as the playoff series goes is that the Gulls will play the Hurricanes in the 1 versus 12 matchup. Everything else still very much to be determined based on how things play out over this weekend and the few games that need to be played next weekend, which is basically a makeup weekend for games that had been postponed that had not yet been able to be rescheduled. And with that, there are only 3 games on that list for next weekend. 1 game on Saturday between New Scotland and the Novas, and then 2 games Sunday. At 11:30 here, the Bombers will play the Wildcats, and at 4:30 down in Halifax, the Western Hurricanes visit the Wolverines. And just a quick note, that game next Sunday will, of course, be here on Petter Sports and streaming through AO Live. Right here at the same address you're at for this game. And again, depending on what happens this weekend, that game could be quite significant in determining first round playoff round matchups. There is only one round of playoffs, as again, those unfamiliar with this league and the way the playoff format works, one plays 12, two plays 11, so on and so forth. The 6 series winners plus the host team, which is the Truro Bearcats, advance to the provincial championship tournament. Now, if the Bearcats win their series, and as it stands right now, the Bearcats would end up playing the Whalers, but again, that's as it stands to this minute. That could change. But if the Bearcats win their series, then the highest ranked non-winning team would make it to the tournament as the 7th seed. We see Dartmouth in their road greens with the blue and white trims. And it is Parker Cool getting the start in this game. Cool comes in having played both previous meetings and comes in with an overall record of 4-13, a 4.06 goals against average, an 871 save percentage. And Cool 0-2 against the Bombers, and we'll give you the rest of the starting information after O Canada. In front of Parker Cool, who again has played both previous meetings between these two teams, it will be the starting combination of Jace Evans, London Opong, Hunter Gauthier, Carson McDonald, and Ryan O'Coin. And for the Bombers, getting the starting goal, it is Chris Walker tonight. Walker played in one of the 2 previous meetings between these two teams, so comes in with a 1-0 record against Dartmouth. His victory was the 3-2 game back in October. And we have a ceremonial face-off here prior to the start of this game. And we'll run you through the rest of the starting lineup for the Bombers while that face-off takes place. Looks like it is MacArthur, McKinnon, Campbell, McKenzie, and Green. So Nicholas McKenzie and Max McKinnon on the defense, with Green, MacArthur, and Campbell up front. And for Dartmouth, the defensive pairing is O'Coin and Evans, O'Coin and Opong, and the forward combination Evans, McDonald, and Gauthier, and we are underway here at the Pictou County Wellness Center. Should take a moment as well to acknowledge that the Pictou County Wellness Center, as well as all of Pictou County and the entire region covered by the Nova Scotia Under-15 Hockey League, which includes the entire province from tip to tip, all lie within the ancestral unceded territory of Mi'kma'ki. Evans with the puck, tries to work it down low. It does get to Gauthier, but he has it immediately knocked off his stick. It's played back to McKenzie, McKenzie loses it at the side of the net. Puck is worked free. McKinnon picks it up, plays it over towards the wall. Gauthier sends it back down low, and it'll come around to the near side boards, and we're going to get our first penalty of the game. It's going to be a roughing call against O'Coin, and so the first power play of the game takes just 43 seconds to take place. Ryan O'Coin going off for roughing, and so we can get the Bombers on the power play for the first special teams situation of the afternoon. We can tell you that the Bombers on the power play this season have scored 16, 18, 20, 22 power play goals in their 32 games, or 31 games. This, their 32nd. We cannot give you, unfortunately, an accurate percentage of power plays or penalty kills, as the league stats do not calculate those, and I just don't have time to go through every game sheet to calculate that as well. And it's going to be a 5-on-3 here as soon as Dartmouth touches the puck, as there's another penalty coming up. There's a shot, they score! Never mind the 5-on-3. The one penalty will come to an end and the other penalty will start as the Bombers score on the power play and open up an early 1-0 lead, and it looks like it is Tanner Hayden who gets the goal. As the Bombers strike first at 1:17 of the first period. And their power play time now resets to 2 full minutes, as they're going to get that delayed penalty that was about to be called to come up, and it looks like it's going to be Arnold, who goes off for, I believe it was holding. We'll get that call confirmed for us here momentarily. And we'll also get confirmation of Tanner Hayden's goal, and if it was indeed Tanner Hayden, it's his team-leading 16th goal, his team-leading 27th point, and his team-leading 6th power play goal of the season. There's an offside against the Whalers as the puck was played out and then knocked back into the zone, and one forechecker had not yet cleared. Just 9 seconds gone in this penalty, taken at 1:17. Oh, sorry there, folks. Trying to write stats down. Okay, we'll get you those assists in a moment. As there's another chance, they score! Carson McDonald, parked on the doorstep, gets a rebound off the initial save from Cool, and 2 power play goals coming 29 seconds apart. And it is a very quick 2-0 lead here for the Bombers, as you couldn't ask for a much better start if you're a fan of the home team here. There's a puck out in front, shot, save, rebound by Cool, second chance, and it goes just wide. As puck comes to the line, Belotis with the shot, that goes wide. Puck comes up the boards, held in at the line by Carter Anderson. Now I should mention Carson McDonald got the goal. I also mentioned Carson McDonald in the starting lineup. That's not the same player. There is Carson McDonald of the Whalers, and there is Carson McDonald of the Bombers. Not the first time I've run into the situation where I've got the same name in both lineups. In fact, I had one game where I had 3 Ryan McDonalds in a game all at once. So that second penalty has been announced as tripping. I thought it was going to be holding, but tripping is what it is. Now here comes Jace Evans. So we can give you those assists now. We can tell you that Tanner Hayden's goal was assisted by Joshua Anderson. Carson McDonald's goal assisted by Jacob Campbell and Nicholas McKenzie. And again, those 2 goals coming just 29 seconds apart. There's a shot save made by Walker. And we'll also tell you that Carson McDonald's goal is his 2nd goal, 4th point of the season, his first power play goal. And we'll get a stoppage here with 3 minutes and 25 seconds gone here in the first period, and the hometown Bombers already up 1-0. Taking a look next door, the Junior B Scotians playing a rare home game at the Pictou County Wellness Center tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, taking on the Straight Pirates. And the Scotians out to a quick 3-0 lead, getting to the latter stages of the first period in that one. Tobin gets the puck down below the goal line. It'll be picked up there by McKenzie. McKenzie will flip it ahead and out to center. It hops over the stick of Arnold. Here comes a chance. Green coming down. He'll get to the puck. Won't get there in time to get a shot away, but does play it over to Carson McDonald. McDonald tries to send it down low. That gets intercepted there by Opong. Opong now plays it up to Smith, and Smith will get it out to center. Brendan Smith working his way in. Gets the shot away. The save made, and the rebound cleared away by McDonald. Only as far as Smith, who gets it there to Beach. Beach not able to hold it in at the line, however. Now the puck is played over to the near side, off the wall, picked up by McCauley, and he goes to get it back to McKinnon. Smith in on the forecheck. With the puck now is McKenzie once again. He plays it ahead. It goes off the stick of McIntosh and down into the Dartmouth Whalers zone. Out come the Whalers now. Working the puck ahead is O'Coin. He'll play it over to the captain, Evans, who sends it down around the boards. Law going in after it, throws it towards the net. It gets deflected, goes to the far wall, and gets picked up there by Evans. Evans gets met immediately by a couple of Bomber players. Now Law with a shot from the point. That's blocked by McCauley, and here comes Dawson McCauley up to pick up the loose puck. McCauley down into the corner, throws it towards the front of the net. It gets batted away, back to McCauley again. He'll play it to the line for Belotis. Belotis tries to work it back down low. That's intercepted by Law, and Law will get it ahead for Gauthier. Here's Gauthier coming in with McDonald. His pass from McDonald broken up by Belotis, and the Bombers come back out. Campbell will dump the puck in, cool out of his net, settles it there for Arnold. Arnold out from behind the net, working his way up the left side of the ice. Still with the puck as he comes in, gets a shot away. That's blocked by Wyatt McDonald. And then Lewis picks up the puck. He'll play it ahead to Campbell. Campbell goes to dump it down into the Dartmouth zone. 8:48 left to go here, first period. Lewis battling down below the goal line there with Brooks. Now it comes out in front, and they score! Grady Cohen. And the Bombers now lead it 3-0. At 6:21 of the first period, Grady Cohen gets his 6th goal, 11th point of the season, and Parker Cool will come out after a rough start to his game. 3 goals on 4 shots. So in making her first appearance of the season against the Bombers is Sinead Beanlands. And if I'm mispronouncing that, I do apologize. And we'll give you Beanland's season numbers here in just a moment. And meanwhile, we're going to get a penalty for boarding against, looks like it's going to be Carter Anderson. Sinead Beanlands comes in with a record of 6-9, a 3.79 goals against average, an .873 save percentage, and 1 victory by way of the shutout. And then the boarding penalty coming at 6:45 to Joshua Anderson. I apologize. I think I announced it as Carter Anderson. It was Joshua Anderson who took that penalty. Here's O'Coin with the puck now. He gives to Evans. Evans with the shot. That hits the traffic in front. And we can tell you that the Dartmouth Whalers this season have scored a total of 20 power play goals in their 32 previous games. Again, we can't give you specific power play or penalty kill percentages. MacArthur plays the puck back to McKinnon. McKinnon able to get it to the line and out. 1:05 left to go in the power play. Here's O'Coin. Long lead pass ahead for Tremblay. Tremblay takes a hit from Carter Anderson. Belotis picks up the puck, and he's able to get it out past Ryan down into the Whalers zone. There to pick up once again is O'Coin. He'll bring it in across the line himself this time. Down into the corner. Back to the point for Ryan. Puck comes up the wall. Halliday will hold it in at the point. He'll play it across to the far side for Gauthier. Gauthier gives to O'Coin. O'Coin fakes the shot. Finds Halliday. Halliday with the shot. And Walker able to steer that one aside. Another chance. And Walker bats that one away as well. And now the puck will be cleared over to the line. Not out. Held in by Ryan. Ryan throws it at the net. That's also steered aside by Walker. We can give you the... We'll do that at the next whistle. As the penalty to the Bombers about to expire. Ryan tees up a shot. That's deflected and goes wide. So the Bombers now successful on all three special team situations. They've killed off one penalty and they've scored twice on the power play. Law with the puck. Tried to give it to Gauthier. Gauthier just deflects it. Now poking it forward is Brooks, and it is eventually sent down into the Bomber zone, but quickly turned back around, just out of the reach of McCauley. Now the Whalers, get it back in across the Bomber blue line, picked up by McKenzie. He'll get it out to center. Sent the other way by Brooks as they battle for the puck there. It comes free to McKenzie. He'll play it to the near side. McKinnon. His pass does get through for Tanner Hayden. Hayden trying to get it to MacArthur, but it ends up going all the way through, and then Beanland's able to steer that one off to the corner. Back to the line. McKenzie. Hayden. McKinnon. His shot. Save made by Beanlands, and Beanlands will hang on for a face-off. 5:10 to go here, first period. So that Bomber goal that made it 3-0 by Grady Cohen, his 6th goal, 11th point of the season, assisted by Jacob Campbell and Coda Lewis at 6:21. For Campbell, that's his 2nd point of the afternoon. O'Coin fires that one around. Opong will pick up the puck and take it back behind his own net again. Starts to work his way ahead. Now the pass up for Carson McDonald. Loses it to Campbell. McDonald able to get it back. And McDonald will dump it down into the Bomber end. Out in front of the net. Walker wasn't quite there yet, but Lewis cleared the puck away from the slot. Got it as far enough away as the line. And then another shot, and Walker made the save after a bit of an adventure there, wandering away from his net, giving the Dartmouth Whalers a chance, but got back in time to make the save. 4:43 to go here in the first period. Whalers trailing 3-0, but now it's 3-1 as the shot from the point by Opong. It may have gotten redirected. If not, it definitely was screened, and Opong will get the goal. London Opong, his 5th goal, 15th point of the year. And, sorry there, folks. And that turns it into a 3-1 hockey game. Opong's goal should be assisted by, I believe it was Tremblay who took the draw. We'll have to wait and get confirmation of that. But whoever it was who took the draw for the Whalers, it was drawn right back to Opong. His shot was, like I say, if it was redirected, it went off of a Bomber. If it wasn't redirected, it was definitely screened. So we'll get you that assist here. It was Jace Evans who actually took that draw, so they made a full 5-person line change after the goal. I apologize. So again, London Opong with his 5th goal, 15th point. Jace Evans gets his 41st point of the year with that assist. Here's Opong with the shot again. Hey, it worked the last time. Why not try it again? But this time the puck gets redirected and goes well wide. Evans with the puck now. Taking a look, gets it back to the line for Arnold. Arnold will send it down into the near side corner. Opong pitching in. Gets run into there by Joshua Anderson. Now Anderson. And we're going to get a penalty here and maybe another one against McCauley. And the init is are they going to get 2 penalties here? McCauley gets 1 for boarding, and I thought that was the second play because somebody else hit someone, and then McCauley delivered his hit. There was already a hand up, I thought. And don't know if you could hear it, but one of the Dartmouth fans yelling, "You got to take them both." And like I said, I thought there was going to be a call initially, and then there was the hit. I thought for sure the hand was already up, and then there was the hit by McCauley. The hit by McCauley was definitely a penalty, but like I say, I thought there was one already coming. As the official talking things over with the one referee talking to each bench right now. And now we're going to get a penalty against Dartmouth. Was the initial penalty going against Dartmouth? I didn't think it was. But Sparks has gone across. So, okay, now we've got 3 penalties as McIntosh goes over. And Cohen goes over, so we got 4 players going to the box at once here. All right. All of this coming with 3:24 to go in the first period. So we'll try to get this sorted out as Dawson McCauley got boarding. We know that. And it looks like it is going to be a 5-on-3. So this a big chance for the Whalers to get back. They're still in it by no stretch of the imagination. There's still a ton of time left, and it's only a 2-goal game. But a chance to close the gap here with this, what looks like it's going to be a 2-minute 5-on-3. And unfortunately, I will give you the penalties as they show up here or as they get announced, although it is difficult to hear the announcements sometimes here at the Wellness Center, and there's still some confusion over at the penalty box as to what should be going on the board. So far, into the game sheet that goes online, they've put, okay, so now we've got the 2 minutes for McCauley and 2 minutes for Grady Cohen up on the board. So we'll see if we can hear the announcement. Again, all of this coming at 11:36, or with 3:24 left to go in the first period. Evans fans on a shot attempt. There's Opong with a shot, save, rebound, and Joshua Anderson will get to it and clear it down the length of the ice. 1:34 left to go in the 5-on-3. Here's Evans with the puck. He works his way ahead into the Bomber zone. Stops at the hash marks, plays it to O'Coin, to Opong, to Evans, high slot. Evans trying to find a shooting lane, takes a shot, it gets blocked, plays it over to O'Coin, 1:14 to go in the 5-on-3. Down into the corner to Evans. And a save made there by Walker. Opong picks up the puck in the corner. He'll play it back to Evans at the line. Evans skates it to the middle of the ice. Takes the shot. Glove save by Walker. And he will hang on for a face-off. 59 seconds left in all of the penalties. Owen Sparks got 2 for roughing. As we're seeing these penalties start to show up on the online game sheet. So his penalty ends up being coincidental with the one taken by Evan McIntosh. So McIntosh and Sparks are not on the board. There's a shot from Opong and another save by Walker. So that So McIntosh got 4 for head contact. So hit the second 2 of his 4 will start after the 5-on-3 expires. So the 5-on-3 will become a 5-on-4. And then one of the other players will have to wait for a whistle to come out. O'Coin has the puck knocked off his stick as the 5-on-3 comes to an end. Okay, that's not right. They didn't do that right. Unless McIntosh is... Oh, no, McIntosh got 4 minutes. Sparks only got 2. There should still be 2 minutes up on the board. The Bombers should still be shorthanded for another 2 minutes yet. As our officials... There's a shot save and covering up the puck. Yeah, they did that wrong. Oh, no, I see. Okay. He got 4 for head contact, and 2 of it was served by... Okay, no, they got it right. I withdraw my complaint. They did get it right. It was a 4-minute head contact penalty by Evan McIntosh. The first 2 of it was served by Grady Cohen because there were 6 minutes against one team and 2 minutes against the other. So they did do it right. I apologize. They got it right. I withdraw my complaint. I thought there was another penalty called in amongst all of that. Meanwhile, there's 21 seconds left to go in this period. Ryan loses the puck. Tremblay will send it around behind the net. Yeah, there was no penalty taken by Cohen. Cohen was over there serving the additional 2 that needed to be on the clock. That was taken as part of that 4-minute head contact penalty by McIntosh. As the first period comes to an end, the Whalers end up out shooting the Bombers 13-6 in that period. But the Bombers, with 3 goals on their first 4 shots, end up chasing Parker Cool and taking a 3-0 lead before the Whalers got 1 back off the stick of Opong to make it a 3-1 scoreline, which is where we stand at the end of the first period. We'll have a quick change of ends, and then we'll start the second period. And the penalty to McIntosh will expire in 36 more seconds, and then, of course, he'll have to wait for a whistle. So that is where we stand after the opening 15 minutes. Again, Dartmouth outshoots the Bombers 13-6, but the Bombers with the big breakout early. And now Evans picks up the puck that was just left behind the net there by Walker. And Dartmouth on the pressure again. Opong with a shot ends up hitting McKinnon, who had just fallen. And Green able to bring the puck out to center. Here comes Green. He's got a man heading towards the net. It's MacArthur. MacArthur had his stick lifted as the pass came, and so couldn't get that to connect. And now here's Carson McDonald playing it back to Wyatt McDonald. He puts it off the boards. MacArthur now gives to McKinnon. Ahead for Carson McDonald. He coughs up the puck, and sending it the other way is Arnold. He's able to gain the red line before dumping it in. It's just steered over into the corner. Going after it there is Smith, but getting there is MacArthur, who'll play it around to the far side for Green, who sends it back to McKinnon. Now out to center, picked up there by Law. Law gets it down into the Bomber zone, back to get it McKinnon, but actually getting in there first is Tobin. Tobin winning that race to the puck. He took a much better angle, and now Smith with it, plays it towards the front of the net. And it's cleared away from there. Green will just send it down into the corner. Wyatt McDonald will get to it. Fired around the boards. Carson McDonald not able to clear. Now Tobin with a shot. That goes off the stick of Wyatt McDonald and in behind the net. Tobin back to the line for Law. Law's shot blocked by McKinnon. He'll play it off the boards and up to Green. Green will gain the red line, dump the puck in, and the Bombers will make a full 5-person change. While they do that, a lead pass comes ahead for Smith. Smith gets a shot away, but hustling to get into the play is Joshua Anderson, and he gets his stick in the way, and it goes up over the glass and out of play, and we get a stoppage with 1:51 gone in the second period. Taking a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard once again. The game between the Rangers and the New Scotland Storm is now a final. New Scotland Storm win that one by a score of 8-5. So the Rangers will finish the regular season with 31 points. And that number's significant because Dartmouth, with this being their final game, can match them at 31 points if they get a victory in regulation. For the Bombers, they need to get 5 points in their last 2 games, so a regulation win and an overtime win at minimum, to end up with 32 points. And not knowing what the tiebreakers, how the tiebreakers work in this league, I'm going to say that 32 is that magic number to take any tiebreakers out of the equation. So Dartmouth, the best they can do is finish tied with the Rangers. And that is if they win in regulation. And again, I don't know how the tiebreakers break down between the Rangers and the Whalers, between the Rangers and the Bombers, if it's a multi-team tie. So many things at play here. Here's a chance as they get the puck out in front, but it gets past Ryan. Shot from the point by O'Coin. Hayden now gets the puck ahead. It goes off the foot of McCauley, and Ryan had it for a moment, but it was knocked away from him and out to center. Now O'Coin dumps it back in. Back to get it is Bolotis. He gives to Anderson. That being Carter Anderson, who got it up to McIntosh, to Hayden, back to McIntosh. He'll bring it in across the line. Takes the shot. It goes wide. McCauley fires a shot. That also goes wide, comes around to the near side boards. Carter Anderson sends it back down low. McCauley trying to get to the puck in the corner, ended up having to try and skate through an accidental pick by the referee. But now McIntosh will get the puck, and Opong is going to get a hooking penalty once they touch the puck. And so the Bombers, who are 2 for 2 on the power play, get their third man advantage of the game here at 3:41 of the second period, as London Opong goes off for hooking. Brooks able to get the puck. It takes a Bomber bounce off a stanchion in the corner, and it's played over to the near side. Campbell with a shot. That goes high. Puck comes around to MacArthur. He'll play it back to the line for McKenzie. Campbell with the one-timer save. Rebound. Couple of whacks out of by Green. He scores! Callum Green, and the power play strikes for a 3rd time. It is 4-1. Special teams, very much the story of this game so far, as the Bombers have struck 3 times on 3 power play opportunities. The Whalers, who've had 3 power play opportunities overall, including 2 of them simultaneously in a full 2-minute 5-on-3, have not been able to score with a man advantage. And the Bombers lead it by 3 after going 3 for 3 on the power play. There's a chance. Puck comes back to the line. Law throws it towards the net. It's knocked down. Lewis will start to work it away. Get it ahead for Campbell. Here comes Campbell. He's got a couple players coming up with him. Campbell with the shot. The save made. It comes to the Whalers' Carson McDonald. So Green from Campbell and MacArthur is what it sounded like he said, and that is indeed what he said. Oop. So Campbell gets his 3rd assist of this game. And for Green, that is, as I have to flip back and forth between tabs here, his 11th goal, 25th point of the season, his 3rd power play goal. As that pass, Belotis did get a stick on it, but couldn't keep it under control, and then Sparks gets it down deep with 5.5 minutes gone here. Comes out in front, Sparks with a chance, but couldn't get a shot to go. And now McCauley will dump it in right onto goaltender Sinead Beanlands, who came in after the Bombers scored their 3 goals in the first period on their first 4 shots of the afternoon. And again, the Dartmouth goaltender who started, Parker Cool, had played both previous games against the Bombers, giving up 3 goals in each of those 2 games. And today just wasn't quite on his game and gave up 3 goals as well, but in just 4 shots in just under 6.5 minutes. Puck comes to the line. Anderson has it hop away from him. Down the ice it goes. And, you know, I hate harping on young goaltenders, young players, period. I hate having to make comments like that, but unfortunately the reality of it is he had a rough start today. It's 1 game. He is certainly a far better goaltender than today's performance, but every player at every level is going to have a bad game from time to time. Puck comes up the wall to McKenzie. He works it back down to Carson McDonald. Again, that's Carson McDonald of the Bombers, number 27, as opposed to Carson McDonald of the Whalers, who wears number 15 and plays on Dartmouth, not Warewell Bombers. 7:57 to go here in the second period. Warewell Bombers lead the Dartmouth Whalers by a score of 4-1 here on AO Live, Petter Sports and Streaming through AO Live. And a reminder, there's a shot, and Beanlands wasn't sure that she had it there, but she did. As of right now, our next scheduled broadcast will also be these Bombers. It'll be that game next Sunday. However, the U16 Fundy Thunder, who were supposed to play a couple of home games this weekend against the St. John Knights, will have to have those games rescheduled. And when they get rescheduled, we will add them to our broadcast schedule. So depending on when those games take place, we may have those games prior to next Sunday. You never know. But as of right now, this our last broadcast until next Sunday. We were possibly going to have a game tomorrow involving the Northern Subway Selects and the Cape Breton Lynx. That would have been Game 5 of their best-of-5 series. However, the Selects' victory earlier today in Cape Breton finished off the series with 3-1 victory for the Selects. There's a chance for Dartmouth, and the puck is cleared away. Now Evans gets it back, fires another shot. Blocker save made by Walker. Puck comes to the line for O'Coin. He plays it down to McKeegan. McKeegan back to O'Coin, across to Opong, who just holds it onside. Now down to Evans at the wall. Evans looking to bring it back door for McKeegan, but the pass too hot to handle. Comes up the wall to O'Coin, down to McKeegan, back to Opong. Opong with the shot, steered aside, and Joshua Anderson will play it off the wall and out to center. Bombers not able to get any players changed, however, as the puck is dumped right back in again. Now this time Anderson, who's got some space, will carry it ahead, get it across the red line, come all the way to the blue, and the Bombers get a couple of players changed, but now it's turned over and back the other way. Here comes Evans. He's got Ryan coming up with him. Evans with the shot, and the save made by Walker. Another shot, that gets deflected into the corner. Carter Anderson gets it ahead for Hayden. He finds Coda Lewis. Lewis into the Dartmouth zone. Takes it down the wall, plays it back up to Carter Anderson. Down past Lewis into Hayden behind the net. Hayden has it knocked away by Law. Brooks over to get it for the Whalers. He ends up coughing it up. Now a chance for Lewis. He swings and misses. And the puck ends up with Ryan. He'll play it over to the far side for Sparks. Sparks has it knocked away from him. And it's played back out to center. Sent the other way by Arnold. Tremblay now has it get a little too far away from him, but Tremblay gets it in front for Ryan, who scores. And it's now 4-2. Ryan with the goal, but Tremblay did the Lions' share of the work there. For Ryan, Sam Ryan, his 9th goal, 15th point of the season. And Travis Tremblay gets his 19th assist of the year. That should be the only assist on the goal, I do believe. We'll get confirmation of that momentarily, but I can't imagine there being a second assist on that. And it sounds like that was indeed the case. And we'll just get it 100% confirmed when we get the update of the online score sheet. Swinging at the puck there was McKinnon, but he ends up swinging and missing after the initial shot was steered aside. Now McCauley with a big check on his man. That was McDonald. Battle in the corner. Puck is worked free to Carson McDonald of the Whalers. Now it comes back behind the net. McKenzie will get it there. He fans on his attempt. Carson McDonald gives him a check. McDonald sends it behind the net. Evans picks up there with 4.5 to go here in the second period. And yes, Travis Tremblay does get the only assist on that goal that made it 4-2. Now it comes out to center. Arnold gets it back in across the blue line. McKenzie, knocks it down there. McKenzie trying to clear the zone, but it's turned over to Ryan. Ryan tried to go short side, and Evans thought the puck went in, but it hit the outside of the net, not the inside. And now the puck cleared down the ice. That'll be an icing with 3:50 left to go here in the second period. Bombers still leading it, but now the score just 4-2. As the Dartmouth Whalers giving the Bombers everything they can handle. Ryan couldn't get the puck to sit for him. It's brought out to center. MacArthur works his way forward. Puck knocked down there by O'Coin. O'Coin looking to work his way ahead. Has a little bit of space. Coming up through the middle of the ice. Now plays it to Ryan at the left wing side. Ryan with the shot. Steered away. And the rebound is pushed just past Tremblay, who was there looking for that loose puck. But it was just pushed beyond him. Now Joshua Anderson with it. He'll get it ahead to Carson McDonald. McDonald fires a shot. Save made by Beanlands. Now MacArthur with it again. MacArthur trying to get away from O'Coin. Takes it down below the goal line, in behind the net, around the far side. Back to the line, Joshua Anderson. Off the end boards. Green gets it behind the net. Works his way out. Now plays it back to Wyatt McDonald at the point. Right back to Green again. Green looked to work it down low. That was intercepted by O'Coin. His pass out ends up going beyond the reach of everybody. Joshua Anderson just gets enough of the puck that it doesn't end up becoming an icing. And then Anderson chases it down, gets it ahead for Green, who launches it the rest of the way down the ice. Back to pick up his Brooks with 2.5 left to go here in the second period. Brooks, long lead pass for Smith, hops over his stick. Apparently he did make contact with it. His icing got waved off. I thought it hopped over his stick, but apparently not. Now Cohen sends it down into the Dartmouth end, and Arnold will go back and get it with 2:10 left to go. Arnold out from behind the net, working his way forward. Gets the pass up to Smith. Smith in front for Beach, but that puck was just a little bit behind him and went off his skate. And now it's picked up by Grady Cohen. Cohen will play it over to Campbell. Campbell drops to Lewis. Back to Campbell. Campbell with the shot. And Beanlands gets a piece of that, directs it up into the end glass. Now out to center it comes. Belotis back to get it. He's being chased down by Smith. Plays it off the boards, but Beach will be the first one to it. Beach comes in, looking back door. And the puck ends up getting deflected away over to the near side boards. Now O'Coin in behind the net to Evans. He'll take it into the far corner. The Dartmouth captain fires a shot, and Walker makes the save and hangs on with 81 seconds left to go here in the second period. Again, for the Bombers, a chance, if they can get the victory here today and get a victory against the Valley Wildcats next Sunday, could move as high as 8th place. For Dartmouth, this their final game of the season, and if they get the victory here, they could move as high as 8th place, depending on what happens in Valley's last 2 games as well. Here's Halliday with the puck now. Halliday, sharp angle shot, goes off the side of the net. Plays it over to Evans. To Opong, right back to Evans again, under a minute to go here, third period. Down to the corner for Halliday. Gives to Evans. Evans scores! Jace Evans goes short side on Walker. And it's now 4-3. 47.9 seconds left to go in the second period. Jace Evans gets his 26th goal, 42nd point of the year. Far and away leading his team in both of those categories. Carson McDonald with the puck now. He'll play it down into the Warewell Bomber zone. Green tries to clear it. Evans holds it in. 23 seconds left. Down to McDonald. He takes a bump from Joshua Anderson. Coming back to help out is MacArthur. Evans in there. He'll get the loose puck. Evans' goal unassisted at 14-13. And now we're going to get a penalty against Gauthier with 8.5 seconds left in the period. And so the Bombers, who have been 3 for 3 on the power play, will get another man advantage here. Only 8 seconds to work with in this period, but then 1:52 of fresh ice if they don't score very quickly off of this draw. There's a shot, blocker save, puck loose in front, a chance, there's another shot, and a save made again by Beanlands. She had to make two sharp saves there. And now, with only 1.2 seconds left, the Bombers pull their goalie for an extra attacker. Stranger things have happened. Why not? They win the draw, but it ends up going through the feed of Tanner Hayden. And so we will reach the end of the second period with the Bombers leading it 4-3. Shots on goal in that second period by Dartmouth 9, a two-period total of 22, and by the Bombers 8, a two-period total of 14. We're going to go into the full intermission here between periods 2 and 3 with a very close scoreline. It's Bombers 4, Whalers 3. You are watching Nova Scotia Under 15 Major Hockey League action here on Petter Sports and Streaming through AO Live. Welcome back as we get ready for the start of the third period here between the Whalers and the Bombers. Quite the barn burner going here as the Bombers opened up a 3-0 lead. Whalers made it 3-1. Bombers made it 4-1. And then the Whalers with back-to-back goals in the latter stages of the second period to make it 4-3, which is where we stand going into the third. However, the Bombers, who have scored 3 times with the man advantage, carry 1 minute and 52 seconds of power play time into this third period. So this a big opportunity for the Bombers to try and regain a little bit of space between themselves and the Dartmouth Whalers if they can take advantage of this power play, as they have done on every other power play they've had so far in this afternoon's game. As we get ready for the start of the third period, Evans ends up with the puck. He plays it down into the Wherewell Bomber zone. Walker plays it around the boards up to Green. Green's pass out of the reach of Carson McDonald. But McDonald goes into the end boards with O'Coin and ends up with the puck. Has it knocked off his stick. O'Coin gets it, but it runs free to Green, who plays it up the boards to Campbell. Back down to Green, who lets it go through to Carson McDonald. McDonald takes another bump from Opong. Puck works into the corner. Evans will get it ahead. And down the length of the ice it goes. 1:14 left to go in the power play. Campbell will pick up the puck. Set it behind the net for MacArthur. MacArthur, having to get away from the forecheck of Tremblay, plays the puck over to Campbell. Campbell coming through center. In across the blue line. Takes the puck to the wall, now plays it back to MacArthur, across for McKenzie, who just holds it onside, then throws it at the net. And we'll get a stoppage there with 47 seconds left in the power play as Beanlands covers up the puck and hangs on for that face-off. Off of the draw, Anderson gives to Cohen. His pass for Hayden. Now a shot that goes up into the glass. Law can't clear the zone as Carter Anderson holds it in, but he went to play it down the boards. Law intercepted and launched it down the ice. 25 seconds left to go here. 25 seconds left to go in the power play. 1.5 minutes gone in the third period. Here's a turnover to Beach. Beach throws it at the net. Blocker save made by Walker. Joshua Anderson gets it ahead to Hayden. Hayden comes across the line with McIntosh. Now other players follow. Beach intercepts that pass but can't clear the zone. Now it's played down to Cohen. Cohen protects the puck along the wall. Penalty expires as Gauthier comes out of the box. Cohen trying to reach for the puck, can't quite get to it. Opong played it and then sending it down the length of the ice was, I believe that was Law who launched it down the ice. And we get an icing against the Whalers as we were back to 5-on-5 by that point. Draw won by the Bombers again. McKinnon with a shot. That ends up hitting Smith and bouncing out to center. McKinnon able to chase it down. Plays it up to Campbell. He will dump it deep into the Dartmouth Whalers zone. Back to get it is Law. Plays it up the wall. McKinnon can't hold it in at the line, and down the ice it goes. Wyatt McDonald gets there just ahead of Beach, and now it's sent out back down the ice the other way. Arnold going back after it, but it will get to the goal line first in time for an icing to be called with 17:24 left to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the left of goaltender Chris Walker. Coda Lewis to take the draw against Travis Tremblay. Lewis wins it down into the corner. Belotis tries to play it up the wall. It's knocked down by Ryan. Ryan looking in, tries to go short side, but holding his post there was Walker, and now Lewis coming the other way. He's got McCauley with him. Lewis takes it all the way behind the net. Comes out the near side, plays it back to the line for Belotis, who sends it right back down all the way around the boards to the far side for Campbell. Campbell gets away from Tremblay, gets a shot, deflected, and then a second deflection off of McCauley. Tried to get it towards the net, but it went down into the corner, and then the clearing attempt off the stick of Sparks ends up deflecting over the glass and out of play. And so we'll get a stoppage with 3:08 gone here in the third period. Warewell Bombers leading it by a score of 4-3. Oops, sorry about that, folks. We mentioned earlier today the New Scotland Storm defeated the Rangers by a score of 8-5, which has opened up 8th place as a possibility for both of these teams. That'll be an icing call against the Whalers. The game between the Gulls and the Hurricanes is now a final. 6-0 the scoreline in that one, and the Gulls continue their incredible run through this season as they'll finish their regular season with a incredible, there's no other word to describe it but incredible, record of 32-1. That's not 30-2-1. That's 32 wins and a single loss. Some of those wins coming in overtime or shootouts, 5 of them to be precise. So 27 regulation wins and 5 overtime or shootout wins, and just a single loss in regulation for the Gulls this season. They will face the Hurricanes in the best-of-3 playoff series and will be, for obvious reasons, heavily favored going into that series. One other game now underway. The Bandits and the Novas tied at a goal apiece. And getting going in about 45 minutes' time, the Kings Mutual Valley Wildcats and the Halifax Wolverines. Puck goes all the way around the boards, held in over there by Arnold. Or by O'Coin, excuse me. There's a shot from Tremblay. That goes just wide. Now out come the Bombers. McCauley's pass a little too far for Hayden. O'Coin will pick up in his own zone and start to work his way back up to the other end of the ice. O'Coin gains the red line, dumps the puck in. It comes off the end boards. McKenzie back to get it. Plays it around to McCauley. McCauley will work his way ahead. He's got McIntosh and Hayden coming with him, but McCauley ends up losing the puck to Law. Now Sparks coming the other way, gives to Evans for O'Coin. O'Coin sends it off the near corner, up the wall to Law, down to Evans again. Pass deflected. It's picked up by McDonald, who plays it to O'Coin. O'Coin trying to get it towards the net. That steered away. Now McDonald tried to set it up for Evans. Evans had his stick disrupted as he looked for the one-timer. Back to Law. Down low. Gauthier will get it out in front for McDonald. They score! What a pass play there. Law to Gauthier to McDonald to a tie game. Carson McDonald, the Whaler Carson McDonald, with his 12th goal and 30th point of the season. The assist should go Gauthier and Law. We'll wait for confirmation of that here in a moment. The goal coming at 5:15 or thereabouts. I didn't get the exact time written down. It is indeed McDonald from Gauthier and Law. It was at 5:16, not 5:15. My apologies. But it is McDonald's 12th goal, second on the team in goals, his 40th point, second on the team in points. Again, the assists going to Hunter Gauthier and Alex Law at 5:16 to tie up this game at 4 goals apiece. Here's Campbell with the puck now. The Whalers, with the last 3 goals to tie up this game, have all of the momentum working in their favor right now. Opong gets the pass ahead. Beach gets a piece of it. Now it's played up to Campbell as the Bombers look to clear. Campbell couldn't get a stick on it, but he dives to knock it to Lewis. Lewis now plays it around Law nicely, takes it down into the corner. Working back up the wall. His pass intercepted by Beach. Beach skates away from the check of Carter Anderson and dumps the puck into the Bombers zone. Walker out of his net to get it. Carson McDonald of the Bombers not able to reach the puck. Tobin gets it. He'll play it to Law. Law with the shot. Smith looking for a deflection, but the save made by Walker, and Walker will hang on for a face-off. 13:21 to go here, third period. 4-4 now, the score between the Whalers and the Bombers here at the Pictou County Wellness Center. Law with the shot, the save made by Walker. And I know the Rangers probably watching with somewhat vested interest, as if this game goes into overtime, they will know that the Whalers can't catch them. The Bombers still could if this game goes into overtime. There's a shot. Halliday's deflection ends up going just wide. Puck comes back to the line for Law. Now Carson McDonald gets it to MacArthur. Xavier MacArthur goes to dump it in. It's knocked down at the line. Having to wait is Carson McDonald, as Green needed to get back on side. Now MacArthur takes the puck below the goal line, gets it out in front. It comes all the way up to Green. Green with a shot, and he puts that one wide. McKenzie at the line. Sends it back down the boards to MacArthur in the corner. MacArthur battling with Evans. Coming in to help out is Green. He'll take it out of the corner. Callum Green with a shot. He puts that off the outside of the net. 12:22 to go here, third period. Tied up at 4. Battle in the near side corner. Puck comes out. Sent back to the line for McKinnon. McKinnon coming to the middle of the ice. Plays it to MacArthur. MacArthur tried to get it down to McDonald, but it ended up going on the wrong side of Carson McDonald. He couldn't get a stick on the puck. Had to chase it down into the corner. Takes a couple bumps from Law. Now plays it back to the line for McKinnon. McKinnon, his shot blocked by Evans. Puck cleared to the line and just out of the reach of McKinnon, so out to center it comes. McKenzie quickly turns it back the other way, and Carson McDonald brings it in. Takes a shot. Save made. Puck still loose. And it's cleared away from the front of the net. O'Coin with a big play there to help out his goaltender, Sinead Beanlands. Now Ryan down into the Bomber zone. Has the puck knocked off his stick by McKinnon. Opong will send it back in deep. McKinnon goes to it behind the net, but Tremblay comes in there, takes it away from him. Travis Tremblay back to the line for O'Coin. Just held it onside. Now a shot up into the end glass. Comes around up the wall. Ryan plays it back to Opong. His pass gets beyond Tremblay. Goes all the way down around the boards to the near side. O'Coin going after it there. He's met by Carson McDonald as 3-4 players get into the scrum. Trying to work the puck up or down the boards. Carson McDonald has it tied up there. Now it comes free as Sparks tries to work it. Now it comes to Carson McDonald again, and he'll get it out to center. Ryan there to pick up for the Whalers. He gives it to Arnold. Here comes Arnold, or O'Coin, excuse me. O'Coin drops it off for Tremblay with the shot. Save made, rebound, they score! Walker thought he had it, but the puck squirted free. Sparks put it in, and we're going to have a discussion here. I don't know what the discussion is. One of the officials must have blew his whistle a little too quickly for the Whalers' good. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck to help you out, and for the Bombers, they got a little bit of luck there with the whistle of the ref going a little bit too soon as the puck squirted away from Chris Walker. By rule, once that whistle goes, that's it. The play is done. But the Bombers a little bit lucky to get that help. There's a shot. That goes up into the glass. May have gone off the arm of Beanlands. Now in behind the net. Picking it up there is Brooks. He'll start to work his way ahead for the Whalers. Brooks takes a hit from McCauley, but gets the puck in across the Bomber blue line. Played back out. Back to get it in his own zone. O'Coin, his pass. Carson McDonald gets a deflection on it. It ends up on the stick of Carter Anderson, who gives to Joshua Anderson, who hangs on, now plays it back over to Carter Anderson at the far side. 9:40 left to go here, third period. Shot, blocker save made by Beanlands. Rebound was picked up by O'Coin, but he nearly got his pocket picked by Carter Anderson. And then O'Coin ends up icing the puck, and so we'll get a stoppage here. 9:30 left to go, third period. 4-4 the score between the Warewell Bombers and the Dartmouth Whalers here on a Saturday, now into the early evening at the Pictou County Wellness Center. Back to the line. McKenzie with the shot, steered aside by Beanlands. McKinnon steps in, tries to poke the puck down into the corner, but it ends up getting knocked past him out into center and back into the Bomber zone. McKenzie gets it ahead to Cohen, who dumps it down into the Dartmouth Whaler end. O'Coin picks up in the near side corner for the Whalers and starts to move his way ahead. O'Coin across the red line. Loses the puck to Lewis, but Lewis couldn't go anywhere with that. Now Ryan picks it up for Dartmouth. His pass to Tremblay. Tremblay has it knocked off his stick by Campbell. Opong picks up as McKinnon had lost his footing and struggled to get back into position in time. 8:40 left to go. Heard a big reaction. Oh, it was something going on with the Crushers in their warm-up. The Weeks Junior A Crushers will be playing later tonight against the South Shore Mustangs. That game will be fed through a different streaming service. I will be on the call, as I usually am, for the Crushers, but I'm not going to mention the other streaming service out of respect for AO Live. Here's Smith. He'll get it over to Beach, whose shot goes wide. Tobin now. Down into the corner. Anderson plays it up to Campbell. Petter Sports and Streaming Services, very proud of our partnership with AO Live. There's a shot by Cohen. That goes up over the net. I do also work for the Crushers. And the Crushers, because of the Canadian Junior Hockey League's contract with that other streaming service, all Junior A hockey in the country streams through that other service. Battle in the corner. Wyatt McDonald trying to help get the puck free. It ends up with Evans, who plays it back to O'Coin. O'Coin's shot goes high. Opong now will pinch in from the near side point, trying to work it down. Smith comes over to help out. Ends up with Joshua Anderson, and he's able to play it off the boards and out to center. O'Coin backing up. Gets it to Beach. Beach plays it off the wall. Picked up by Anderson. Joshua Anderson, who gives to Green. Here comes Green in across the blue line. Green gets around the check of Arnold, throws it to the front of the net, and the redirect there by MacArthur, kicked away by Beanlands, very close to the Bombers going back out in front. Bombers have not trailed in this game. They opened the scoring just a minute 17 in, took a 2-0 lead 29 seconds later, made it 3-0 at 6:21 of the first period, Dartmouth made it 3-1. Bombers made it 4-1. And then goals at 9:32 of the second period, 14:13 of the second period, and 5:16 of this third period for the Dartmouth Whalers have tied up this game as it still stands with 6:10 left to go in the third. Puck dumped in by McCauley, glove down by Beanlands. She plays it over to the corner for Arnold. Arnold tried to work it up the wall. That was knocked down. Now here comes McIntosh trying to get it to the front of the net for McCauley. It's batted away. There's Anderson. Carter Anderson with a shot, and Beanlands with the kick save. McCauley gets to it in the near corner. Gives to McIntosh, who plays it down to Hayden. Hayden returns it to McIntosh. 5:45 to go. Back to Belotis. Belotis with the shot. That's knocked down by Tremblay. He'll bring the puck out across the blue line, dump it down into the Bomber zone. Back to get it. Carter Anderson plays it up the wall. Hayden picks up there, and here comes Hayden working his way towards the near side. Takes a big hit from Evans and loses the puck. That allows Dartmouth to get it, and here comes Evans. Has it rolled just a little too far from him. McKinnon will get it back out. Now Gauthier plays it across for O'Coin. O'Coin in across the blue line. Fires a shot. Steered aside by Walker. McKenzie sends it behind the net. There's another chance. That one ends up hitting McKenzie, and Coda Lewis now works his way out to center. Gives the puck to Campbell, who gives it right back to Lewis again. Lewis all the way down into the corner. Gives his man a bump and then gives the puck to Campbell, who gives it back to Lewis. Lewis back to the line for McKinnon. McKinnon steps in, takes a shot, and that goes off the leg of Carson McDonald. McKinnon gets it down to Campbell across for Lewis. And the pass just a little bit to the wrong side of his body, couldn't get a redirect on. There's a shot kicked away by Beanlands. Now stepping in is McKinnon with a shot. And Beanlands again with the save. Opong plays it up the wall. McKinnon lets it go by him off to Campbell. Campbell fans on a shot attempt. Now steps in past McDonald. Fires a shot. That's blockered down by Beanlands. O'Coin will get to the puck. Fires it around the boards. McKinnon will hold it in. 4:22 left to go. Third period. Campbell gets the puck back down behind the net. Lewis goes after it all the way into the far corner. Takes a bump from Opong. Puck comes free. O'Coin. He takes a bump from Cohen as they battle for it. Puck works free. Gauthier gets it only as far as the line. McKenzie blocks it there. McKenzie with a shot. And the glove save made by Beanlands, and she will hold on with 4:01 left to go here in the third period. And that the first sustained pressure that we have seen from the Bombers in this third period, and maybe even through the latter half of the second period as well. 4:01 remaining in regulation with this game tied at 4. There's a chance for Carson McDonald, and a big play by Arnold to deny him from getting a shot away. Now the puck is turned over as Tremblay will get it. He plays it off the boards, and out to center it comes. Knocked right back in by Joshua Anderson as he was hit by his fellow number 8, Ryan. Now with the puck, Arnold. Long lead pass. Gets all the way to Carter Anderson. He tried to go D to D with it. That went off a skate. Now out to center. MacArthur gets it around that Tremblay. But now it's played back down into the Bomber zone. Ahead for Green. He gets a piece of the puck. Now back with it in his own zone is O'Coin. He'll play it over to Opong. 3:15 to go here, third period. Opong gets it ahead for Evans. Jace Evans working his way into the zone. Still with the puck. Fires a shot. And the save made. And Chris Walker will hang on for a face-off. 3:03 to go here, third period. 4 for the score, Bombers and Whalers. If this game ends in regulation, both teams get 1 point, and then they battle for the third point. If this game goes to overtime, each team gets a point, and then they battle for the third point. If one of these teams is able to get a goal in the next 2 minutes and 48 seconds, that would give them the full 3 points, which are desperately needed in the standings to try and move as high as possible, to try and get the best possible matchup they can get in the single playoff round. The best either of these teams can finish is 8th place, which means if you finish in 8th, you would take on the 5th place team in your best of 3 series. And of course, still a lot left to be decided as to who finishes amongst a lot of those places near the top and a lot of those places in the lower half as well. Here's Hayden with the puck behind the net. 2:05 to go. Lost control of it, chases it down at the near wall. Hayden still on it. Now plays it down to the corner. McIntosh gives back to Hayden again. Hayden fires a sharp angle shot. The save made by Beanlands. and Beanlands will hold on for a face-off. 1:52 now left to go, third period. The only things we know as far as the standings go, first place will be the Gulls. 7th place will be the Novas, and 12th place will be the Hurricanes. Everything else, 2 through 6, Storm, Wolverines, Bearcats, Bandits, and Cougars in some order. 8 through 11, Rangers, Whalers, Wildcats, and Bombers in some order. Here's Tremblay. Can't get a shot away as his stick was partially disrupted. Now Ryan takes a bump from Joshua Anderson. Going into the corner after it, Xavier MacArthur. He took a hit there from Sparks. 1:20 left in regulation. Ryan trying to work some space for himself. Plays the puck to Sparks. He tries to get it to Tremblay. That's broken up. Sparks gets it back. Now down to Tremblay in the corner. Up the wall. It'll be picked up by Callum Green of the Bombers. Green in across the blue line. Fires a shot. And that's steered into the far corner. Down to 52 seconds left in regulation. Law takes it behind his own net. Plays it up to Carson McDonald. McDonald has it taken from him by Green. Green tries to dump it back into the Whaler zone, but McDonald got in the way of it. Now Ryan gets knocked down, and that's going to be a penalty against the Bombers with just 35.6 seconds left in regulation. And that is a huge, huge penalty taken by the Wherewell Bombers here. And the Dartmouth Whalers will use their timeout to try and set something up for this power play. If they can score in these 36 seconds, they will get the 3 points in the standings, and they will leave the Bombers in a position where they would finish no better than 10th. If the Bombers lose this game in regulation, they would finish no better than 10th. If they lose this game, if they get this game into overtime, they still have a chance as high as 8th. So a difference of 2 spots in the standings to just not give up a goal in 35.6 seconds. Evans to take the draw. Evans wins it, but he wins it towards the wall, and that allows McKenzie to get it down the ice as the Whalers didn't have anybody lined up right up high on the board side. Evans picks up now. 21 seconds left in regulation. Here comes Jace Evans in across the blue line. Evans has it knocked off his stick. Evans still with it. Now tries a wraparound, and getting enough of that puck is Tremblay. Here's O'Coin. He fires a shot, and that's deflected, goes up over the glass with 4.6 seconds left to go, and it looks like we will indeed. 4.6 seconds. Get the Bombers and the Whalers each at least 1 point as Opong tries to fire a shot, but it was blocked, and that will do it for regulation. Bombers still have another minute and 25 seconds of penalty time to kill, but they now know that they've picked up at least 1 point in the standings. And move into a tie with the Wildcats, depending on what happens in the Wildcats game later tonight against Halifax. And again, a lot left to determine here. A great, very entertaining hockey game between these two teams. It was a lot of the Bombers in the early going. The Whalers ended up weathering that storm and fighting their way back. Shots on goal in the third period. 8 for Dartmouth, giving them a 3-period total of 30. And 12 for the Bombers, giving them a 3-period total of 26. So with the Bombers shorthanded here, I believe it should start 4-on-3. Now, I could be mistaken, but I believe it starts 4-on-3 because of the penalty. As that seems to be a little bit of the confusion here, as the Bombers are shorthanded for another minute and 25 seconds. It looks like Dartmouth is going to go with Evans, Tremblay, Opong, and O'Coin. I don't know what there's no issue with the clock. The clock is correct. 30, because of the way the tenths of a second work. All right. So it is going to be Tremblay, Opong, Evans, and O'Coin against MacArthur, McKinnon, and Campbell to start off this overtime period. 5 minutes, starting 4-on-3, and then 4-on-4 once the penalty expires, if we get that far. And then after the first whistle after that, I believe we go back down to 3-on-3 for the remainder of overtime if no other penalties get called. Again, if we get that far. Here's Tremblay with the puck, trying to get it out front. It'll be picked up by Opong. He'll play it to Evans. Evans at the top of the face-off circle. Down to Tremblay, to Evans. Across for Opong. There's a shot. They score! The Dartmouth Whalers get the victory in overtime. 5-4. The power play goal 38 seconds into the overtime to give them the victory. As a result, the Wherwell Bombers can now finish no better than, let me see, they can still finish as high as 9th. So they'll either finish 9th, 10th, or 11th, depending on what happens with the Wildcats game later today and with their game against the Wildcats next Sunday. Speaking of which, that will be our next broadcast here on Petter Sports and Streaming Services through AO Live. Until then, this is Michael Petter saying may your skates always be sharp, may your shots always hit the top shelf. Final score one last time. In overtime, the Dartmouth Whalers win a thriller 5-4 over the hometown Wherwell Bombers. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening.